Have you ever wondered how many parents hide life-changing secrets from their own children? Some secrets are not about shame or crime. Some secrets are about love, fear, and protection. This story begins with a father who carried a silent truth inside his heart for many years. A truth so heavy that it followed him every day and every night. He had built a fortune worth $7 million through decades of effort, patience, and risk. Yet his married daughter knew nothing about it. Every morning he woke up with the same thought. Should today be the day I tell her? And every night he went to sleep with the same fear. What if telling her changes everything? His daughter was strong, independent, and proud of her simple life. She believed in earning every penny through hard work. She had married a man who shared the same values. Together they struggled sometimes, but they never complained. The father watched all this quietly. He listened when she spoke about rising prices and tight budgets. He nodded when she said struggles make people stronger. Each word cut deeper into his heart. The secret wealth was not inherited. It was built slowly. One small business that failed. Another that survived. Long nights. Missed family events. Sacrifices no one ever saw. He never showed luxury. He lived modestly. Old habits from his parents stayed with him. Money was private. Money was dangerous. Money could break families. That belief became the wall between him and his daughter. He convinced himself silence was protection. If she never knew, she would stay humble, focused, free from greed. But silence has a price. And that price was loneliness. There were moments when he almost spoke. A hospital visit. A stressful phone call. A tear in her voice. Each time he swallowed the truth. One evening he looked at old photographs. His daughter as a child laughing without fear. He realized something painful. Secrets do not only protect, they also distance. That night a new thought entered his mind. What if instead of telling her directly, I let her discover the truth herself? What if I watched her reactions, her values, her instincts? That idea scared him, but it also gave him hope. Hope that she would prove why he protected her for so long. Hope that even after knowing the truth, she would still be the same daughter. This was the beginning of a test. Not for her, but for him. In the next part, the father begins setting subtle clues, and the emotional weight grows heavier. The next few weeks passed slowly, and every day the father felt the secret pressing harder on his chest. He decided to move carefully, not with lies, but with small truths hidden inside ordinary moments. He invited his daughter and her husband to visit more often. He listened more than he spoke. He watched their reactions to stories about money, success, and struggle. He wanted to understand their hearts before revealing his own. One evening during dinner he spoke about an old friend who suddenly became wealthy. He asked a simple question, do you think money changes people? His daughter smiled and said money only shows who someone already is. Those words stayed with him long after they left. He felt a mix of relief and fear. Relief because her values were still strong, fear because he knew the truth would soon test those values. He began leaving small hints without names or numbers, talking about investments, talking about planning for the future, talking about security in old age. His daughter listened politely, but never suspected anything. She believed her father lived a simple, retired life. She never imagined that behind his calm face was a world of numbers, decisions, and sacrifices. At night the father questioned himself again and again. Was he being unfair? Was he playing with her emotions? Or was he preparing her gently for a truth too big to drop all at once? The secret had become more than money. It had become a mirror showing his own fears, his fear of losing closeness, his fear of changing her path, his fear of becoming just a bank instead of a father. One day his daughter called him crying. She spoke about a financial setback, a broken plan, a moment of doubt. He held the phone tightly. His heart screamed to tell her everything, to solve all her worries with one sentence. But he stayed silent. He offered advice, not money, support, not solutions. When the call ended he felt both proud and ashamed. That night he could not sleep. He realized the test was no longer about whether she deserved the truth, it was about whether he could live with it. The secret was shaping their relationship without her consent, and that realization hurt the most. He stood by the window watching the city lights and understood something deeply. Love without honesty slowly turns into distance. Even when intentions are pure, the moment of truth was coming closer, whether he was ready or not. The father decided that hiding forever was no longer possible, so he planned a moment that would push everything into the open without sudden shock. He invited his daughter to walk with him one quiet afternoon, away from noise, away from routine, just a simple walk like old times when she was young and trusted his silence. As they walked he spoke about life, about time, about how quickly years pass. He spoke about regrets people carry, and truths they delay. His daughter listened, sensing something different in his voice, a seriousness she had not heard before. She asked him gently if everything was fine. He smiled, but his heart was racing. He took her to a place she had never seen before, an office building, plain from the outside, inside calm, organized, familiar to him, but strange to her. People greeted him with respect. His daughter noticed it. She felt confusion growing, but she stayed quiet. They sat in a room filled with files, charts, and long windows. He told her this place represented years of his life. Years. He never explained fully years. He always kept separate from family. He spoke slowly, choosing words carefully. He did not say numbers, he did not say wealth, yet the meaning began forming in her mind. She asked him directly, "Why are we here, Father?" He looked at her and felt the weight of every year of silence. He told her that sometimes parents hide things not because they do not trust their children, but because they fear hurting them. He said he wanted her to see his world before hearing the truth. Her face changed from curiosity to realization. She asked if this was about money. He nodded once. That small movement carried more truth than words. Her breathing slowed. She felt shock, not excitement. She felt questions rising. He told her how everything began from nothing, how failure taught him patience, how success taught him fear. He told her he stayed silent because he wanted her life to be her own, not influenced by comfort or dependence. He admitted he was wrong to decide alone. Tears filled her eyes, not because of money, but because of distance. She told him she never needed wealth from him, she only needed honesty. She said knowing the truth would not have changed her values, but hiding it changed how alone he must have felt. That moment broke something inside him. The secret no longer felt powerful, it felt small compared to the bond they were rebuilding. The test was over, not because she figured out the number, but because she showed understanding without greed. The truth was no longer a burden, it became a bridge. They sat together in silence for a long time. After that conversation, the father felt lighter yet afraid, because the final truth was still waiting. He knew understanding could change once numbers entered the room. Still, he chose honesty over fear. He told her everything slowly, how the businesses grew, how investments multiplied, how 7 million became real, not imagined. His daughter listened without interruption. Her mind struggled to connect the modest man she knew with the scale of what he revealed. She did not smile, she did not celebrate. Instead, she felt the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. She realized this secret was not just money, it was years of solitude her father carried alone. She asked him one question: "Why did you not trust me sooner?" He answered honestly, saying trust was never the issue. Fear was. He feared becoming a solution instead of a father. He feared money would speak louder than values. She nodded because she understood fear more than wealth. She told him that knowing this truth did not make her feel rich, it made her feel closer. She said struggles taught her strength, but honesty taught her connection. She admitted there were times she wished for help, but more than help she wanted presence. The father expected anger but found calm. He expected distance but felt warmth. The wealth lost its power in that room. What mattered was the shared understanding that secrets meant to protect can still cause pain. They talked about boundaries, about independence, about support without control. They agreed money would never define their relationship, it would never replace effort or humility, it would only exist as security, not identity. As they left the building together, the father realized something important. The real treasure was not the 7 million, it was the moment his daughter chose trust over resentment. Time passed and life slowly found a new balance. The secret no longer lived in silence, it lived in understanding. The daughter returned to her routine, but with a deeper connection to her father. Their conversations changed, they became more open, more honest, more human. The wealth was never announced to others, it did not reshape their lifestyle. There were no sudden upgrades, no dramatic shifts. The daughter continued working, chasing her goals with the same determination. The only difference was peace. She knew her father no longer carried the burden alone. The father learned to share without controlling. He offered guidance only when asked. He supported without removing struggle. He understood that love is not proven by hiding or providing, but by trusting. There were moments when challenges came again. Financial stress returned like it does in every life. This time, the daughter spoke openly. They planned together, not as provider and receiver, but as family, walking side by side. The father realized the experiment was never about whether his daughter could guess the secret, it was about whether truth could exist without destroying values, and the answer came quietly through time. Trust did not break. Humility did not disappear. Love did not change. Instead, it grew. This story is not about money. It is about fear disguised as protection, and honesty disguised as risk. Sometimes the greatest inheritance is not wealth. It is truth shared at the right moment. If this story made you think about your own family, your own secrets, your own fears, then it has served its purpose. Every family carries something hidden. The question is not whether to hide or reveal. The question is when.